Sup athletes, I'm Lisa B here at Golden Goal, and you know it is so important to stretch your body so you play good, so you feel good. So hop into something comfy and I'm gonna show you a fun full body yoga stretch. So we're going to begin laying down on our back, but since my phone is on my tripod over there, I'm just gonna show you the shape standing up. But you're going to stretch your left leg out in front of you, bend your right knee, bringing your leg towards your chest like this, or like this. And then you're going to reach your right leg up high towards the sky, flex both feet, bend your knee if you're a beginner, and you're either gonna have your hand on your thigh here, your calf, maybe you can grab a hold of your foot. It doesn't matter which option you do, just find one that feels comfortable and pull your leg towards your chest and breathe. So 1, 2, or 3. And then you're gonna bend your right leg, drop it over towards the left, reach both arms out to a T. My eyes are shut because it's really funny. Maybe shut your eyes too. As you inhale, imagine you're creating space in your back, and as you exhale, just let it melt towards the mat. We are stretching our lower back. And then roll on towards your back. And we're going to do pigeon laying down, which is so great because a lot of us store so much tension in our hips. So your right leg comes into a figure 4 shape. Bend your left leg, hands under your left thigh, flex those feet for more of a challenge, pulling both legs towards your chest. If you don't feel it, just think about shifting your right hip forward, left hip back, and breathe. One more deep inhale, deep exhale. You're doing great. And now we get to stretch our left side body. So your right leg drops towards the mat, left knee pulls towards your chest. And then straighten that left leg up high towards the sky. And do whichever arm variation you did on the right on your left side. So maybe your hands were here, maybe they were here, maybe they were here. Your practice, your choice, just do what feels good for you and breathe. And then drop your left leg towards the right, open your arms out to a T, gaze towards the left, breathe. If you are wondering, I'm on one of the turf fields here at Golden Goal. It's very hot. And then roll on towards your back. Left leg comes into a figure 4 shape. Hands under your right thigh. Pigeon laying down. Flex those feet for more of a challenge. Think about releasing any tension from your hips. And then slowly lower both legs towards the ground and roll onto your belly. I'm gonna show you this standing up again. So a lot of us, besides our hips, have so much tension in our shoulders. So let's release these shoulders. So laying on your belly, arms bent like this. Roll your weight onto your left side body, and your shoulders should feel a really good stretch. Breathe in that shape. So it looks like this. And then slowly come on towards the other side. My microphone's here, so I can't fully do the shape, but hopefully you still hear me. Hopefully I don't look too awkward. Deep inhale, deep exhale. And then come onto your belly as we find our way into child's pose. So your toes touch together. Have your knees out like this. If you're a super beginner, have them wider apart. And then we're going to walk our hands to the top of the mat. Drop your chest, drop your heart. Look forward. Now see if you can have your elbows up off the mat. And I know you can walk your hands a few more inches up. We're stretching the back, the spine. Now walk your hands towards the right. Make sure to pull your left hip back though. Hopefully you feel a nice left side body stretch. And then when you're ready, walk your hands out towards the left. Pull that right hip back. Hello, right side body. Okay, and now moving on to plank pose, which I'm sure you guys practice a lot of. For some alignment cues, your wrists are underneath your shoulders. You come up like this. Imagine there's a string on your back pulling you up. Firmly engage the index finger in the mat. Make sure all 10 fingers are facing forward. Make sure your wrist crease here is facing forward. Hold for another 10 seconds. You're doing great. You're getting strong. You're stretching your body. All is good. And then shift your weight a few inches forward as I show you chaturanga. If you're a beginner, drop your knees. Or chaturanga, bend the elbows 90 degrees, hug them into your body. Come onto your upper feet here, thighs, knees lifted, lift the heart. Exhale, shift those hips up high to downward dog. Your gaze is at your belly. Your ears are in line with your arms. Not like this, not like that. If you're a beginner, take a wider stance or maybe walk your feet a few inches forward. You want to think about dropping your heels towards the mat and notice how my spine here is nice and long. You can do it, just find the shape that works for you. Breathe. And then walk your feet up to meet your hands in a forward fold. Think about shifting the weight onto your toes. If you're a beginner, bend those knees. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Imagine your head is heavy like a bowling ball. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Shift those hips up high though. Firmly press your feet into the mat as we reach our arms all the way up high towards the sky. Now I know you can reach your arms up even higher, but drop those shoulder blades. Imagine as if you're holding a block in your hand, so we're toting the arms. Look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. So now we're going to flow. So press those feet into the mat, lift your arms up, gaze up, reach those arms up really high, maybe take a mini back bend. Exhale, shift those hips back as we fold. Bend your knees if your hands don't touch the mat. Inhale, halfway, notice how my back is flat. Step your left foot back, right foot meets it in plank pose. Shift your weight forward, slowly moving to chaturanga. Again, you could drop your knees if you're a beginner. Come to upward dog, knees and thighs are lifted. Engage the index finger into the mat, lift the heart up. Exhale, shift the hips up, downward dog. Make sure all 10 fingers, your wrist crease is facing forward. Shift those hips up really high. We're stretching the neck, the shoulders, the back, the hamstrings. Not sure my voice went up. Gaze is at your belly. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Nice and loose. Lift your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Point that toe towards the ground though. I know your leg must be on fire. That's why we're stretching it, and that's why I'm going to tell you to breathe. And then bring your knee towards your nose, round the spine, and then see if you can quietly step that left foot in between your hands. The quieter you do it, the harder it is. Drop your right knee towards the mat. You can untuck your toes, reach the arms up for what's called Anjaneyasana. You want to pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Really important to have even hips. Reach your arms up high towards the sky. If you have a tendency to hyperextend your back like me, not good. So think about dropping your tailbone, bringing your belly up. Really sink into those hips. And then when you had enough, straighten your left leg as we fold. If you would like more of a challenge, flex your front foot. Think about dropping your chest towards your leg. Breathe, you're doing great. And then walk your hands up to frame your left foot onto your toes like this. Again, really important to have even hips here. And we're going to stretch our feet because I know you run a lot. So think about shifting your weight forward, come onto your toes, and then back. Drop those hips. forward and back. Once more. Leave your right hand as it is and lift your left arm up high towards the sky for a twist. Engage the back leg. Imagine there's a string on your middle finger pulling you up. Lift that heart. And then frame your left foot as you step it back to downward dog. Gaze at the belly. It might feel nice to pedal out the feet. Try it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Same thing now on the other side. So reach your right leg up, point that toe down, three-legged dog. Feel the hamstrings, baby. And then bring your knee towards your nose, around the spine as you quietly step that foot in between your hands. Drop the left leg. Inhale your arms up. Make sure to pull that right hip back, left hip forward, even hips. This is great. Runners love this pose. Breathe, breathe, breathe. When you're ready, you're going to straighten your right leg as you fold for what's called runner stretch. Maybe you did the challenge of flexing your foot. Maybe you didn't. It's all good. Drop your heart towards your leg. Breathe. Your hamstrings are saying, thank you so much. And then frame your right foot with your hands. Come into this shape. Engage the back leg. As you shift your weight a few inches forward, come onto those toes and back. It's so important to stretch your feet, especially because you're running a lot. Maybe in cleats. Yes, likely in cleats. And then firmly press your left hand to the mat as you reach your right arm up. Feel that imaginary string on your middle finger lifting you up as you engage your back leg. Open up the heart. You are great. You are doing so good. You are in control of your body. You are in control of your thoughts. Remember that, my friends. And then cartwheel your right hand to frame your right foot. Step it back to down dog. Gaze at your belly. So in downward dog, if you notice, we're really stretching everything from our shoulders. Release that tension. Maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. Look at your belly. Hips up nice and high, stretching the neck, spine. Hamstrings, quads, feet. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then drop your knees towards the mat. And we're going to do what's called cobbler's pose. Or when I played sports back in the day, it was called butterfly pose. So have your outer edges of your feet touch, sit up nice and tall. Imagine there's a string on your head lifting you up. Your posture is phenomenal. Now imagine there's a string on your heart as I pull you forward. And then when you can't go anymore, that's when you drop your head towards your feet. Breathe. Now, as runners, you guys are moving your legs in this direction, and it's really important to stretch your feet, your legs, and moving it in this direction. So come up to stand for our final pose and enjoy. So bend your knees, sweep your hands towards the mat, reach your arms up. For chair pose, your arms are in line with your ears. Think about dropping the tailbone, bringing the belly up, because most of us have a tendency to hyperextend your back. Now come onto your toes, and like an elevator, slowly descend. And we're going to end in what's called malasana, or the yogi squat. It looks like this. If you know you can't sink your hips, it's all good. Just come up like this and have your hands on your thighs here. Your knees and toes are facing the same direction. Personally, this pose is much harder for me, but do what feels good for you. So if you would like to try malasana, you just sink your hips towards the mat. Again, knees and toes are in the same direction. Have your elbows against your thighs. Imagine as if you're pushing those thighs back, lifting the heart, and at the same time you're pushing your thighs towards your elbows, or if you're standing, your hands. Breathe. I recommend you guys doing this pose. As I said, you're moving your legs in this direction. It's really helpful to stretch your legs like this. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you feel good. I hope it made you smile. And I really hope I get to see you sometime at Golden Goal. Have a lovely day, my friends. Namaste.